Hi and welcome to Unity Spherecast tutorial. Today we'll be seeing how to Spherecast in Unity and how to ignore a layer while Spherecasting and what are the common reasons that cause Spherecast to not work. So Unity Spherecast is very similar to Unity Raycast, but the only difference is in place of a ray, a sphere is cast. So for example, you can see this gizmo sphere here, red color sphere. So I've written a script to Spherecast from the cube in the downward direction. So depending on the max distance, the sphere will basically start from the center of the cube and travel towards the max distance. And if it hits an object on the way, then it will return the collider. So the syntax of Spherecast is very similar to Raycast. Only thing is Raycast doesn't take in a radius. The Spherecast takes in a radius. Similar to Raycast, we also use the layer mask here. You can use the layer mask to either hit on a particular layer or ignore that particular layer. So now let's get into the script and see how we are Spherecasting in Unity. So this is a simple script. It takes the radius from the player and it takes the max distance and it takes the layer. Then we have another variable of type raycast hit. So this will be able to take the hit output from the Spherecast. Now we are not doing anything in the start. We can actually delete this. And in the update, if the space key is pressed, we are calling a function called cast. And in the cast function, we are just doing a Spherecast. The Spherecast function takes in the position from where it needs to start, then the radius of the sphere, and then the direction. Then it takes the out variable. So this is where you will get the output of the object that it has hit. Then it takes the max distance, the distance to which you want to cast. If you want an infinite ray, then you can just say math.infinite or leave this empty. Then it takes a layer mask. So if you have specified a layer mask, then it will take only that layer into account. And to get the object that it has hit, you can just say hit.collider.gameObject, and if it has hit something, then you'll be able to get that collider. Otherwise, you will get a null object. Now, in order to visually see the sphere, we are using a gizmo. You set the gizmo color to red, and we are drawing a sphere at a distance which is equal to the max distance from the object that is casting the sphere. So in our case, it is the cube, so transformed of position minus the direction multiplied by the max distance. Then we are giving it a radius. So this will draw a sphere at the max distance, so you'll be able to see in which direction you're casting the sphere and how big the sphere is. Now if you want to ignore a layer, you can just invert the layer mask by using the tilt symbol, which looks like this. This means this sphere cast will not affect the particular layer and it will affect all the other layers. So we'll see that in action. So let's go back to Unity. So now you can see the max distance is set to somewhere 2.98. So that is the distance from the cube to the sphere here. So that is 2.98. And the layer mask is set to ground. So if I select my plane here, I've set the layer of the plane to ground. So now if I play my game and if I press the space bar, so you can see that the Spherecast is returning the plane. Now if I select my plane and change the layer to something else, something like water, and now if I press the space bar, you can see nothing happens. In this case, since we have used the ground layer mask, the Spherecast only finds objects that are in the ground layer. Now if you go back to the script and place the tilt symbol here, so that means the Spherecast will be able to find objects in all the layers except the ground layer. So now if I play the game and if I press the space bar, it is not able to find the plane for me. But if I change to any other, say I go to transparent effects and then I press the space bar, it is able to find the plane. If I go to the FX layer and I press the space bar, it is able to find the plane. So this is how you ignore a certain layer in Spherecast. Now the common reason the Spherecast might not work is the size of the sphere is too big or too small and the max distance is not enough. For example, if in this case, if I go and set the max distance to 1.5, but if you have not used a gizmo, there is no way to visually know what is the distance. So if I play the game and the plane is in ground layer, so it should be in FX layer, and I'm not able to get anything. So now if I increase the max distance to 2.5, you can see it is returning the plane. So this is one common mistake The second common mistake is casting the ray or the spear cast in the wrong direction. So make sure you're casting it in the right direction. So that is why it is always recommended to use the gizmo so you know where the spear will be casted. Say the max distance is set to 0. So the spear is basically inside the cube. Now if I set the radius of the spear to 10, it is too big to actually have the plane inside the spear. So if at the starting position, the object that you want to detect is inside the spear, then the spear cast will not work. So in my case, the plane and the cube both are inside the spear now. And now if I set the maximum distance to 5, so you can see that the spear is basically taking in everything. And if I press spacebar, you can see that the plane is not getting detected. So all that you have to do is to reduce the radius, and now the plane is getting detected. So if the size is too big, like we did in the initial case with 10, so it will not be able to detect. And if the size is too small, then the area to which it detects will be reduced. So if your object is big enough, then it won't be a problem. But if it is small, then you might not hit it. So that was all about Unity Spherecast. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment box below. I'll make the script available in a blog post in Mining Studio. It should be out by tomorrow. Thank you and see you in the next tutorial.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.